Hello, my name is Lauren Maxwell, and I am going to share with you my Diigo library, my tags that I chose, and I'm also going to share my favorite web resource that I found. I would like to start off by saying that I was amazed at the amount of resources and websites that I could be using as an educator that I was completely unaware of. I am going to share with you some of the tags that I created for my different websites. So I have 11 different tags. They include assessment, collaboration, math, Web 2.0, blended learning, ELA, professional development, writing, coding, gamification, and UDL, Universal Design for Learning. The tag that I'm going to focus on today is gamification. I had a lot of fun finding different websites. I feel as though gamification is extremely important in the classroom. It definitely increases student engagement and enjoyment when completing different assignments, and also helps them to learn without even realizing it occasionally. So the website that I am going to focus on is Kahoot. Kahoot is an interactive and engaging program that students can use to show their understanding and actually as an assessment tool for educators. There is also several professional development articles called the Kahoot Academy, where different educators can write things that they feel would be helpful to other teachers, and also they can share their Kahoots that they've made. There are relevant activities that have to do with current events, and you also are able to create your own Kahoot that is just for your needs in the classroom. Kahoot also allows students to participate live in the classroom or virtually, and also student-paced. There are videos and articles that help educators who are unfamiliar become familiar with how to assign and create these. So here's one example where it tells you the pros and cons of creating a self-paced challenge. The pros include things such as low internet connectivity, which is definitely a struggle for some of the students in my school and in my classroom. It also gives students a chance who maybe need some more processing time to work through problems and not feel some of the pressure that the live presentations do cause. This program is extremely user-friendly. As I said, there's videos and articles that help educators become familiar with different features. For example, here is step-by-step directions for how you would assign a self-paced Kahoot. I'm going to show you some of my favorite features. So here is my Kahoot account and several of the Kahoots that I have created. You can click under reports, and once you click on the Kahoot that you have created, it gives you a breakdown of which questions were the most difficult for your students, which students needed help, and then the percentage of questions that they got correct or incorrect. It also tells you who was unable to finish and gives you the podium results, which would be who was in first, second, and third place. And the music is very uplifting and fun for the kids to participate in as well. Another feature is if you go to the Discover portion of this website, you can find a Kahoot just about anything that you might want to. So for example, if I was looking for a multiplication Kahoot to use with my 3rd grade class. And then I can pull it up and look through, and there's hundreds of different options on some topics. So I'm going to show you in a few examples of Kahoots that I have created previously. So this was a quick 10-question Kahoot that I created as an informal assessment on a chapter book that we had read, Fudge-Mania. There is multiple different question types, which keeps it very interesting for the kids. There is quiz, so they can pick a multiple choice answer, a puzzle where they put the story events in the correct order, true or false questions. And there's also at the end, for feedback purposes, I asked them what their thoughts were about the book, and they were able to take a poll and fill out and tell me that information. Now that I've shared my favorite program with you, I'm going to head back to my Diigo library and go through just a couple more websites and programs that I found. When I did do the tags, I was surprised how many were in the area of gamification. So I do think that that is very important to me as an educator, and I am so thankful for the opportunity to have found more resources that I will be able to use with my students. Also, universal design for learning was another big one that I found a lot of resources for, which is great because I teach in an inclusion classroom, and oftentimes students have different needs or need different accommodations or modifications to assignments, which I would be able to provide them with using some of these UDL websites. As you can see, when looking at my Diigo library, I was also able to find lots of programs on blended learning as well as professional development. So I'm excited to do some more research and look into some of the options that I have just learned about. There is a total of 56 different resources that I came up with, and I am so excited to start using and implementing some of these programs in my classroom and allowing my students, especially during this time of digital learning, to be able to supplement their learning as well. Thank you.